Hey guys, it's Sam here. So, what are we doing today? Well, I have been forced to teach integration. Yeah, definitely forced. Definitely not doing this of my own volition. Nah, that ain't happening. But, let's see. Let f dash of x equals to 6x squared plus 2x minus 1. Given that f, when x is equal to 2, is equal to 5, find f of x. So, first, I'm going to give you folks 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I am going to start explaining in, well, now. So, integration, what is it? Well, integration has one key formula that if you could get nothing else from this class, I want you guys to remember. Class, this is a YouTube video. Well, whatever. B of x, a plus 1 e- is over a plus 1. And you might be thinking, what the heck is this formula? I've never seen this in my life. Well, let's quickly go over what A and B stand for. So A stands for the current power that a variable has. For example, let's look at 6x squared. What would be the exponent of it? 2. So in that situation, A is going to be 2. Now, what is B of x? Well, B of x is going to be, well, just the number that's in front of x normally. So yeah, let's look at 6x squared. When a is 2 because the exponent is 2, b is 6 because the number that's in front of the x is 6. What would be for this? Answer in your mind. I'll answer in 3, 2, 1. Well, b for this one would be 2. And I know you guys weren't solving for a here, but a here would be 1 because there is an x. Now, what about for 1? Well, what is b going to be? 3, 2, 1. It's just going to be negative 1. And then a, what is a going to be? Well, a is actually not going to be an exponent in this case, but for when there's no x next to a number, what you do is you add an x to it. Integration is kind of tricky at first, but if you practice it, I'm sure you guys can do it. So then let's go on. So now that I've explained this to you, I will give you guys another like minute, two to solve. You guys choose how much time you want. And for me personally, I'm going to start explaining in five, four, three, two, one. Okay, so what do you do for here? Well, you're just plugging everything into the formula. So b is going to be 6 for 6x squared. X, just keep it like x for now. And then a plus 1. Well, what is a? A is 2 in this situation, plus 1 over a plus 1. The a does not change in this situation, so it's just going to be 2 plus 1. Then it's going to be plus, what is b in this situation? 2, x, a plus 1. Since the exponent is 1, because we have an x, it's going to be 1 plus 1 over a plus 1, which is 1 plus 1. Okay, now we have the last one. Instead of negative 1, I'll just put the minus out so it's easier to think. And I'm going to do 1, 1, but instead of, again, since a is x in this situation, I'm just going to put 1x over a plus 1, which is just going to be 1, because x does not really count as an a. It's kind of tricky for this one because you're not thinking of exponents. Like if there's an x, think of exponents. But if there's no x, then just add the x and on the bottom, just divide it by 1. And finally, there's another mystery friend who joins, and that is going to be A. Now, who is this A, you might ask? Well, it's not this A, that's for sure. Maybe I should have just chose a different variable, to be honest, but for the sake of confusion, let's stick with A. So, what is this one? Well, when you're doing differentiation, remember that when there's no x to a number, let's say you're differentiating, I don't know, 5, and you differentiate it, it's gone. Like it doesn't exist anymore. It just gets reduced to, well, 0, which is nothing, and you don't show it in the equations. So when doing integration, you always need to assume that there was this kind of whole number without an x that got reduced to atoms. Thanos snapped, or whatever the Avengers movie did. So then, how do we find this a, you might ask? Well, let's look at the second part of the question. F of 2 is equal to 5. This is going to be key for us solving this equation. Now, let's plug these values in. If you want to, feel free to pause and do this on your own. But I'm going to go on explaining. So 5 is equal to, well, f of 2, so it's going to be 6 times 2, which is to the power of 3 over 3, minus, or no, plus 2 multiplied by 2 to the power of 2 over 2. I don't think there's enough 2's in this one. And last one is going to be minus 2 and then plus a. Okay, now let's continue. So 5 is equal to 6 times 2 to the power of 3, which is going to be 6 times 8, which is going to be 48. 48 divided by 3 is going to be 16, plus 2 times 4 is 8. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 2, yeah, 4, 8, 4. And then minus 2 plus a. Okay, so then 5 is equal to 18 plus a. So a is going to be equal to negative 13. Now, what is the question asking us to do? Well, it's asking us to find f of x, so we're not fully there yet. So given that a is equal to negative 13, for simplicity's sake, I'll write it up here, and the rest of the equation looks like this, well then, let's write down what f of x is equal to. So f of x is going to be, now we just need to simplify this, 6x to the power of 3 over 3, which is just going to be 2x to the power of 3, plus 2x squared over 2, so it's just going to be x squared, minus x, and that's where the a comes in, minus 13. And that is going to be it. That's solved. So, key takeaways. Remember this formula, really important. A is exponent, and let me just write it down for you guys. And then b is going to be the coefficient, or the number in front, if it's easier to remember. Also, don't mind my horrible writing as per usual. And with that, if you guys have any questions, just drop them in the comments. And thank you.